this edge, and today, as you can see by the title of this video, we will be talking about how to become self-made / an entrepreneur. Hope I said that right. I know most of y'all new to the channel. As a matter of fact, all y'all really new to the channel because I ain't really dropped for real. So be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And let's get into it. So basically, I done broke this process down into 4 simple steps for you, okay? 4 simple steps is all you gotta follow. So step 1, finding your niche. Finding your niche is one of the most important aspects of this entire process. According to Google, a niche is defined as a specialized segment of the market for a particular kind of product or service. Basically, a niche is what you like to do, what your thing is, what you do. Different YouTubers have a niche. Like my niche is gonna be the bet on self journey, being self-made, and becoming an entrepreneur. That's what my niche is. Everybody has their own thing that they do, so you gotta find that, stick with it. Finding your niche allows you to narrow down the focus of your business or your YouTube channel or whatever you're doing. It helps you understand who your target audience is and helps you find out what they want and need. Now I know it's a lot of y'all thinking, well, how do I even identify my niche? How do I find out what that is? Don't worry, I got you. Some things you can do to find out your niche. These are things I personally have done in my journey. For one, find out what interests you. All right, don't be trying to do nothing, cover nothing, have a business on nothing that you don't really know about or that you ain't really interested in for real. Because I'm trying to tell you, at that point, it's going to turn into a job, and whatever you do is going to flop. All right, so you got to be interested in whatever you're doing. 2, figure out who you want to help or sell to. This goes hand in hand with the first one. Find out what interests you, and then the second thing you got to do, you got to find out who you want to help and who you want to sell to. All right. Third thing, I would say play off what you're good at. You know what I'm saying? Don't get out here trying to do something that's really not you, fam. Y'all probably never see me on stream with 30 IG baddies trying to go crazy, you know what I'm saying? Y'all probably never see me on stream going crazy with a bunch of high energy, yelling and all that junk. I mean, you could, but I know that's not necessarily me. And Castanet do stuff like that because that's all the way him, fam. You know what I'm saying? Just keeping it 1,000. So don't get out here trying to do something that's not you. Be 100% authentically you, bro. Ain't nothing wrong with that. If you do that, you won't be trying to fit in. And what you do as far as your business won't be hard. 2 would be to create a hybrid path. So for those of you that don't know what a hybrid path is, it's basically executing 2 things at once in order to achieve an ultimate end goal, all right? So by that, I would say like in the self-made entrepreneurial space, dang, I really cannot say that word. But in this space that we in, we've got to understand that you have to be able to have a steady flow of income so that you can sustain while grinding out your business or activity or whatever you're doing that's going to ultimately bring you wealth. You could be in school and having a business, or you could like have a 9-to-5 having a business, or you know what I'm saying, whatever works for you. But you have to be finding a way to do 2 things at once so that you can sustain or still be achieving something or have a certain level of productivity as you on your way to the top. So like I said before, a few examples, I would say working a 9-to-5. For all y'all that's out there working at Wendy's, you know what I'm saying, McDonald's. So don't be tripping, like get your paper now and do your thing on the side and watch that blow up. You just got to have 2 paths with it. You have part-time gigs such as DoorDash and Uber. Me personally, I was DoorDash for a little bit, keep a little extra change in my pocket. Nothing wrong with that. Or you can be doing some type of side hustle. Bro, use what you got to your advantage. You can tutor if you smart. You know how to play an instrument. Find a way to make your instrument make you some money. Do something that's going to help you stay afloat while you're trying to get your business off the ground and get everything rolling. And whatever you're doing while you're on your hybrid path, I'm going to say this, and this is no knock to anybody that's living this life for real, but I do not advise you doing anything illegal for your hybrid path, okay? Here's why. You don't want to mess yourself up so in the long run, you'll be hindered from getting to what you're trying to get to. You feel what I'm saying? Just don't do nothing illegal, bro. It's a lot of stuff you can be out here doing to make some money. Don't do nothing crazy. Yeah, shout out to all my scammers though, bro. I fool with y'all heavy. You feel me? Just me personally, I'm not gonna be scamming. And I don't advise people to do the same. The third thing is to build your framework and infrastructure. All right, now I know I just used 2 slick, complex words, but let me explain it to you. So basically, building the framework and infrastructure is what every big business, big company, everybody that got money, they do this. They build an infrastructure. An infrastructure means that you're setting up the best process for yourself to achieve, all right? So this is basically your schedule, what you have down pat, what you do every day, the things that you're doing to reach a certain goal that you want to reach. Anything that's successful operates on a framework and an infrastructure. So take, for example, schools put you inside of an infrastructure for you to succeed and graduate. Teams put you inside of an infrastructure. You're doing one thing after the next, taking steps in order to win. Dog, Elon Musk and Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, anybody you can think of that's successful, they built an infrastructure for what they're doing, and now they at the top. You feel me? So building an infrastructure is key. I want y'all to know that you're gonna have to force your brain to think like this if you want to grow. Growth only comes from becoming uncomfortable and building something that you're not used to doing. You're gonna have some discipline. You're gonna really have to lock in order for you to get what you want. And so if you really about that life like you say you are, I am. So I be changing stuff up, you feel me? Doing step 3 is so crucial because by doing so, you'll stay consistent in what you're doing, and it'll also help you reach milestones no matter what. Basically, building a framework is gonna be like creating a baseline that you can't go below. A set standard, even with doing the bare minimum that you've given yourself to do within the framework, you'll still see results and keep a baseline for success, which is extremely important. Now, the 4th and final step, that's gas, is to know yourself and be sure about your decision. Oh my gosh, bro. I cannot stress this enough. A lot of people want to become rich by being self-made, but I'm here to tell you it is not as easy as it looks. This type of stuff doesn't happen overnight. In order to become self-made and an entrepreneur, you have to be willing to fail. You have to be willing to go through trial and error. Not everything is going to work off the rip, bro. You have to be able to understand that before you get into this, because if not, it's going to run you dry, bro. You're not going to want to do it anymore. So for all my young men, women, old men, old women, whoever's watching, bro, always know, like, you have to be able to fail. You have to be willing to go through that process. You have to be able to be patient. Another thing you're gonna have to have is self-discipline. A lot of people lack that. I did sports. For those of you coming from a sports background, you might see this as like an easier thing to do. But for those of you who haven't necessarily had to hold yourself accountable, be disciplined, stick to what you say you're gonna do, this can be a challenge for you. So if you see yourself not being able to have discipline and not being able to fail and things of that nature, shout out to Duke Dennis. This whole entrepreneurial self-made thing, it sounds good, but it's not for everybody. And that's okay. Everybody has something that they're good at and that they're supposed to be doing. Everybody has a purpose that they're supposed to follow. If this isn't your purpose though, don't force it, because you're gonna waste your time and you're gonna play yourself. No cap. One thing that I found throughout my process is that you're going to face doubt. You're also going to face impatience. A lot of times we get to a point where we feel like things aren't moving as fast as we want it to, and we see so much overnight success that we tend to think that that's how it's supposed to happen for us. But that's really not how stuff is supposed to go. Think about whenever your mom cooking, or your grandma, or whoever. Bro, when they cooking, it take a little time for, you know what I'm saying, the seasoning to marinate in. Now, I know some of y'all mamas gonna be using seasoning, and shame on y'all. Shame on you, bro. But whenever they cooking, bro, it takes time for the seasoning to marinate. It takes time for that stuff to cook, so that when it finally comes out that oven or off that stove top, bro, it busts. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, you really just gotta be patient and be willing to let your stuff sit, marinate, learn, process, so that in the end, when you come out the stove, you're that one. You that one. So be willing to be patient. Be willing to face that doubt that's in your head. Do away with all them negative thoughts and bring positive thoughts into your brain, bro. Because if you don't, you're not gonna be able to do it. I'm trying to tell you, dog. It's rough. I'm trying to tell you, it's rough. So you really gotta be able to be mentally tough and mentally prepared for what you about to get into. You also can't give up, dog. It's gonna be easy to give up, but you gotta recognize it's easier to give up and it's harder to keep going and do what you gotta do. I seen something one time where it was like, choose your heart, pause. And basically, the way I see it is grinding out your business or whatever you're doing, trying to become self-made, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be tough, it's gonna be challenging. And also in the same breath, quitting and doing something that you really don't wanna do is gonna be hard as well. So bro, choose your heart, boss. It can go one way or the other, dog. Like, so real talk, it's on you. I said all that to say, If you're not built like this, if you're not willing to be disciplined, if you're not willing to fight that self-doubt, if you're not willing to, what else I said? Have trial and error and willing to fail, fall on your face and get back up and just keep doing it no matter how much it might look stupid. People might talk about you, bro. You're going to get hate. You're going to get flack. If you're not willing to deal with all that, then bro, it's just not for you. And ain't nothing wrong with that. You feel me? Not everybody's built the same. We were all created differently. You feel me? You just got to be willing to accept that. Acceptance and self-awareness is one of the most important traits of life, bro. That's how I see it. So if you don't have that, hang it up. If you try to force yourself into this space that some people are in, then you'll end up wasting your time because you'll be trying to find success too quick. You'll be getting discouraged easily. You know what I'm saying? You got to have thick skin for this. So you'll end up wasting your time ultimately due to the fact that you're not self-aware. You're not willing to be like, hey, I don't want to do that. I'm not going to want to be disciplined. I'm going to keep doing stuff every day, even though it might seem like the progress isn't coming. You know, you're not going to see results over time. It's like going to the gym. Bro, you can't go to the gym one day and see a result the next day unless you know, some of y'all weird like that. But most of the time, that's not how it works. So always be ready to just like grind it out, put in work. You feel me? But yeah, if you don't take away anything from this video, just know that this is not at all by far a simple process. I'm trying to tell you, it hurts. It's going to be some bad days. It's going to be some good days. You're going to feel on one day. You're going to feel off. You really just got to be ready for the mental roller coaster that you're going to go through. I'm not telling you this to discourage you. I'm just telling you this because through my personal experience and what I've seen from other people that move the way I want to be moving, everybody says the same thing. It's not as easy as it looks. So always be aware of that. Sorry if I keep moving my table. I be in the gym, so I just overly strong. But yeah, enough of that. You feel me? If you don't take away nothing from this video, just know that if this is what you're gonna do, you got to lock in, my boy. No cap. You got to lock in. If you want to have a business, if you want to start a YouTube channel, if you want to do anything that requires you not having to work for somebody else necessarily, bro, it's gonna take a different type of discipline because you got to build your own framework and build up your own process to get to the top and get to where you want to be. But to end this video, bro, I appreciate y'all tuning in today. Appreciate y'all even clicking because I know I ain't got no subscribers like that. But shout out to my non-subscribers. Hopefully the people watching this gonna make it 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th. You know what I'm saying? 1,000, 5,000, 50K, whatever. But you know, we gonna get there one day type junk. But yeah, real talk though. Appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Appreciate y'all for watching this video. I hope that you was able to get something from it. You know what I'm saying? If you got something from this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, my boy. Share it with your friends, my boy, my girl. Always remember to find and follow your purpose, and most importantly, bet on self.